Saturday afternoon slash evening as well. Very soon we'll be talking about the Super Eagles game that went down in Austria yesterday against the African champions, and of course the Super Algeria and the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Then look ahead of the next game next week against the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia, and what will land and what they can improve on going forward to that game and the rest of the qualifiers left for the African Cup of Nations and the 2022 World Cup to be held in Qatar. We'll also be diving into some stories from all the countries as far as competition is concerned, those playing friendlies, those playing the UEFA Nations League, those playing in the FIFA World Cup qualifiers as well. And as well, we'll be taking a look at other sports as well. Basketball, Miami Heat, they forced a game 6 from Elika. Elika were just right in there, win this game, they'll be crowned champions, but their coronation has been probably postponed or maybe cancelled. If they are able to make it 3 or 4 in game 7 and they win, they'll be the one that will be coronated, not LA Lakers. So to take a look at the finals currently going on right now, one of them talking about the Roland Garros, the game between Swiatek and Sofia Kenin going on, and tomorrow, like I said, is going to be the final between the legends themselves, Nadal and Djokovic. Of course, we will also be in a segment where a great fan, it's a Manchester United fan, I'm always laughing at him, Dobova has given us some recharge card to give out to you guys on the show. So when you call in later on the show, you also be winning a recharge card for yourself. We'll be talking more on all that after we discuss what we have for you this afternoon. Let's start with what happened last night. The Super Eagles of Nigeria, of course, Ibrahim, they didn't start very well. They conceded an early goal, and that was it. The Super Eagles never found a proper rhythm to even create those fantastic chances, let alone to get the equalizer. So they were beaten once again by Algeria.
Yeah, the scoreline wasn't too surprising for me, but the performance, I must say, I found it really disappointing, because we just were unable to really impose our will on that game. We barely strung 5 passes together the entire game. The Algerians were always in control. They started the Brighton, and when they got that early goal, it didn't look like they were going to concede. So many things went wrong. Paul Onuachu as our striker, I think he has played himself out of the Super Eagles, because he's got a couple of chances, and unfortunately for him, it started very well. I think his first appearance in the Super Eagles, he scored a wonder goal, but since then I don't know whether he's been intimidated by the quality of the strikers that we have in the current squad of the Super Eagles. So it's just not worked out for him, but I'm not going to single him out and blame him completely. I think that our midfield was virtually non-existent. We talked about players like Mikel Agu, and I said, look, players like Mikel Agu, I think it is time that they stood up and they counted. It is time to, you know, really grab a position in that team. John Mikel Obi is no longer there. Victor Moses is no longer there. So it is time for these guys to step in. But I did not really see it yesterday. I thought they were maybe too individualistic in their plays. Samuel Chukwueze never really got going. He did we saw some flashes in the first half in particular. Samuel Kalu, the same thing. Even when Moses Simon came in, we did not really see anything. But personally for me, I don't know how other people saw it, but my most impressive player was the left back, Zaidu Sanusi. He was playing against Riyad Mahrez. Riyad Mahrez was operating from the right. Sometimes even Said Benrahma was switching, but he didn't. He wasn't overawed. He stood up, and I thought for somebody having his debut, he did very well. So I think Jamilu Collins and any other person who is on that left back position will know that he's got serious competition in Zaidu Sanusi. I thought he did well. Maduka Okoye, well, you couldn't really blame him for the goal. And altogether, I thought he had a decent performance. But when you look at it, even when we tried to bring on experience, Moses Simon came in, Ahmed Musa came in, we still did not really see that. Kelechi Iheanacho came in. Somebody pointed out that Kelechi looked a bit overweight around the midsection, so you were wondering, wasn't he really keeping himself fit and all that, you know? So I really, but this is why it is good to play friendly games, so that you can correct the errors that you've noticed as you head to a competitive match. So it is good that we had that game yesterday, but I think we can see clearly that the Algerians were the more compact side. They played well, and they deserve that victory over the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Alex Iwobi was there. He did his best, but look, these guys did not really. At one point, especially in the first half, they were struggling even to control the ball. Even to control. Somebody called me, one of my friends from Lagos called me and was like, "Is it that Leon Balogun has not been playing regularly with Glasgow Rangers? Because it seems like he can't even control the ball." I said, "No, virtually all of them have been playing. They are regulars in their clubs." And he was like, "No, so why are we not seeing a bit more confidence?" I was trying to tell him, but you know, it's been a long time, over 9 months, these guys have not played together. But he said it is the same thing with Algeria, and I had to keep quiet because it was the same thing with Algeria. Algeria too have not played since about since COVID. The African teams have hardly played, you know. So why is it that they are playing like they have been in camp for 2 months, and we are playing like a bunch of teams that ragtag, you just selected players from everywhere. They are seeing themselves for the very first time, and that's why the performance was disjointed. But as I said, this is a friendly, and I don't like losing. I don't like Nigeria losing at all, even if it is a friendly or not. But let us not get too disappointed. But I think we should have done better than this. So another of my friends pointed out, and which is something that we have also stated here, and that's my worry with the Super Eagles. That look, if a manager has been in charge for 4 years, you expect a team. You expect that the manager would know his team. The team should have a nucleus. You should at least 90% of that team should be known. You just be, okay, let me try this position. Okay, this player, I think he's too comfortable. He needs competition. You know, that is what you want. Philippe Trouze, how long did he spend in Nigeria? But at one point he came out and he said, look, there are 2 positions that he didn't have a competition for. He didn't have replacement for. So in case anything happens, and he will be in trouble. So he was looking for competition for these 2 players in two different positions in the Super Eagles. They were Uche Okechukwu, who used to play central defense, and Sunday Olise. So he said these 2 players were too important, and he didn't. Of course, he wants players to be important, but he said that it's like they do not have any competition. You can't, if Sunday Olise is not playing, you can't really, for him as a coach, he can't really be that confident to say, okay, even if Olise is not there, absolutely no problem, I have someone else. Even if Uche Okechukwu is not playing, absolutely, I have someone else. But for every other position, the goalkeeping, the strike, everywhere, there were ready replacements. So his job. And how long did Philippe Trouze spend in Nigeria? He didn't spend up to 2 years in Nigeria, but he was able to, within that short time, tell you, every other position I'm covered, I know my team, I just need people that will compete with these 2 guys. These are the 2 positions that I need competition for. But right now, it seems like every position in the Super Eagles, we are still trying players out there, because we don't seem to know exactly what our team is. So if this close to the Africa Cup of Nations, Africa Cup of Nations is going to be in
summer next year.
Next year? No, it will be in I think they said in January 2022.
Okay, yeah.
It's going to be
have 1 year.
So but it's not that far. It's not that far off. You still have the qualifiers coming up. There is also the World Cup qualifiers coming up. So you don't really have time anymore. So these friendlies are supposed to be not to rebuild the team, because I looked at that match yesterday and it looked like we are trying to rebuild the entire team. Friendly matches are supposed to help you fine-tune, but from what we saw yesterday, I don't think half of that team will make the Super Eagles squad. But you see, in these friendly matches, like what we saw from Zaidu Sanusi yesterday, that's what friendly matches are supposed to be. I'm also happy that Terry Nebohi is back, and I thought he had a decent game. Terry Nebohi, he stood up, and I thought he played really, really well. But that's our midfield. At times, it just looked absolutely non-existent the way they were going through that play. So I hope that by the time they play the next game against Tunisia on Tuesday, we will be better prepared and go out and get a good result. Alex Iwobi is not happy with that performance. He said that wasn't the result that they wanted. They gave it their best, but clearly their best was just not good enough. The coach of the team, Gennett Ross, says, look, don't worry too much about it. It's a friendly. Yeah, we know it's a friendly. Normally, we shouldn't start calling for the sack of the coach, which I've seen some of my colleagues doing already. But I don't think it was just that one match that is making them to say some of the things that they said. It's
let's go for this break.
Combination of so many other things.
When we come back from this quick commercial break, Brian, we will explain the technical bench, the kind of tactics they decided to use in yesterday's game that did not really work. We will explain Gennett Ross and his technical crew when we come from the break. And of course, losing to a team that we are ranked above as far as the world is concerned. Yesterday we checked it, they were ranked 35th in the world and we 29th in the world. What does this also mean for us in the next FIFA ranking? We'll be right back.
Trying to get or receive information through all corners of the globe requires unprecedented internet service. At Wireless NG, we provide fast, reliable, and affordable unlimited broadband internet service to homes and businesses. Service is currently available across Lagos and Benin. Visit us today at Wireless NG, 5 Ramaya, Ikenede Street off PZ Sapler Road, Benin City, or our marketing office, 70 Olowo Complex, Airport Road, Benin City, or call 0807-887-9960 or 0703-672-9147. Wireless NG, erasing internet boundaries.
I'm tired of the poor power situation. Every time I stock the fridge, I come back to spoiled food.
My dear, I am tired too.
I think it's about time we go solar.
Go solar?
With Vertical Solar, we can go solar for as low as 36,000 naira monthly by paying in installments of up to 12 months.
Really?
Vertical Solar range of products can power household devices such as televisions, fridges, air conditioners, microwave, water pumps, electric iron, washing machine, and lots more. With extensive pay in installments plans up to 12 months with 10 years warranty.
Wow! What are the benefits of solar energy?
We are talking uninterrupted power supply, no monthly electricity bill, zero noise and smoke emission, and reduced generator maintenance cost.
Where is Vertical Solar located?
Number 28, Country Home Motel Road off Ajib Junction, Sapler Road, Benin City. You can call them on 0816-170-1105 or 0703-623-4843. You can also send them an email on info@verticalsolar.com.ng.
Vertical Solar, your lifetime power partners.
All right, thank you so much for staying with us on the show this wonderful Saturday evening. Okay, now let's talk about the tactics that Gennett Ross decided to use last night. You made mention of something I was going to ask you because of what you were saying, but you said your friend already asked that question. That the Super Eagles of Nigeria, they've not played since the COVID-19 started, so every one of them went home, and this is the first game they are playing since COVID. And quickly, your friend also answered that the Nigerians, they've not been playing, this is also their first game. So now, can we zero it down to the tactics deployed by Gennett Ross last night did not work, and hence looking at what that's happened prior to today's last night game rather, should we really be confident that Gennett Ross will be that messiah, so to speak, to take football to the next level, especially with the national team?
Well, if someone has been on the saddle for 4 years and he's not yet the Messiah, I mean, come on, what makes you think you suddenly become the Messiah? But you know, one thing I like with Genetro, and one thing that impresses me about the Super Eagles setup right now is that it is competitive. There was a time, honestly, it was so bad that I was boasting that I am better than some of the players who were playing for the Super Eagles. It was so bad at one point in Nigerian history. It became like, oh, if you are from the part of the country that the coach is from, tendencies are that you get a call up to the Super Eagles. And we saw certain players coming in and making the Super Eagles squad to make you wonder, come on, is this the best that Nigeria as a country can afford? Definitely not. But now I see that there is a competition. There were days when once one or two players fails to turn up, it's like we know we've already been beaten, you know. But it's not like that anymore. At least now we are seeing things changing. We are seeing so many competition for places, and if you do not play well in a particular game, the press will complain, Nigerians will scream, and maybe the next game you will not be invited. Someone else will get that opportunity. So Genetro, I think he tried to deploy the traditional, the way he usually does, the 4-3-3. But I thought that midfield yesterday just did not work out, and I wasn't surprised when they removed Frank Oyeka. I think it was at half time. He was pulled off, and then Mikel Agu came in. But still, it just wasn't good enough, and you could see clearly that we were missing the guys who are usually in our midfield. Wilfred Ndidi, Oganakaro Etebo, Joe Aribo, and you know, some of the other guys that we sometimes deploy there. So clearly what we had was just not good at all. Sami Ajayi did his best, but come on, I did not really feel the presence, and instead it was the Algerians. There was this two guys, Belkebla and Abaid. I think they were awesome in that midfield. They were bullying our boys in terms of being physical. And the referee yesterday, look, one thing you should try and understand when you are playing football is that within the next 10 minutes you should try as much as you can to understand the type of referee that is handling the game. That referee was like, you know, when you are playing Sunday football and they hit you and you complain, my friend, and you are complaining, and the referee tells you, my friend, stand up, we are all men here, you know. So there is, it's not like we are playing against kids. Let us face ourselves, you know. That's how the referee was, because I saw so many tackles and contacts, real brutal contacts that other referees will have called a foul for, but the guy will just say play on. And several times, at least during my time when I was playing football with my colleagues, and the tackle you had, somebody would tell you, see, in my situation a referee could wave play on, so get used to it right here in training. And even when you listen to seasoned professionals, they tell you that Rio Ferdinand said when Cristiano Ronaldo first came to England as a teenager, you know, they had to toughen him up in training. They knew that, look, this guy, with him we are going to win the Premier League many times, but we need to show him, we need to tell him exactly what he's going to face. So at training they did not take it easy with him. They were kicking him, and when he complains they tell him, look, this is what you will face in real match situations. So by the time they did that to him a couple of times in training, when he got to the pitch, he knew, come on, do you have better defenders than Rio Ferdinand or Nemanja Matic? If these ones are already hitting you in training, I mean, who else will you be scared of? So I did not really see that. We didn't bring that physical presence in the midfield. So Belkebla and Abaid, they completely took over that midfield. And you know, once you lose the midfield, it's going to be very difficult for you, except you want to counter-attack and you are doing route one, as in you get the ball from the defense and you just lob it, you bypass the midfield and you go straight to your target man. We had a very tall target man in Paul Onuachu, but I didn't really see, to his credit, to really, I know people like to criticize him, but I didn't really see that many balls being played to him, and he was unable to utilize them. Well, the few that came his way, I thought he could have done better, but we did not really see it. The wing play, I really thought that we were going to really utilize it, but instead it was the Algerians that I saw more of the wing play from, especially from Said Benrahma. For Riyad Mahrez, I thought that Zaidu Sanusi did well, keeping him in check. So the strategy adopted, well, I listened to I read what the manager of Algeria said after the game. He said that he had certain information about the Nigerian team, and he communicated with his players, told them what to do, told them how to tackle these guys, and that when he saw that Nigeria used a couple of new players, that kind of disrupted the plan, because the information that they had, the players that they were expecting weren't those that were playing. So his boys had to improvise, and they were able to do that. I don't know if we were that detailed about the Algerian team, and if Janet Rowe communicated to his new players now that look, this is Riyad Mahrez, this is how we are going to tackle him, this is Said Benrahma, this is what we are going to do, this is Feghouli, this is how we are going to play against him, and all that. So I don't know, the tactics, well, I think something that I've always complained about Janet Rowe is his reluctance to make changes. He usually waits till late on to change, but yesterday he did not do that. I think the last couple of months he's not been doing that. He's been trying to make the changes early, but these are not competitive matches. But I thought yesterday the tactics clearly worked in favor of the Algerians. It didn't favor us that much.
Okay, all right. Let's see what will happen on Tuesday, and see how the Super Eagles of Nigeria will react to the loss yesterday in their next game against another North African. But let's look at the players. If you were in the technical crew of Janet Rowe, if you were the manager, you were in the shoes of Janet Rowe, just name three. I know most of the players. The athlete, I think the goalkeeper, like you said, didn't really make any mistakes that probably would have been analyzing today. I think the goal wasn't his fault. That goal really poor defending from our boys. But again, outside Maduka, the outfield players in the next game, looking at their performances, you already spoke of the left back, Zaidu Sanusi. I think obviously if you're going to pick him anytime, any day, I think he impressed me particularly as well. Which other one, apart from Tanner Boy, also made mention of? Maybe give us 3 or 4 that should make the next team. For the next game, I believe obviously those that came off the bench and those that didn't get realized probably will be starting against Tunisia. Yeah,
I think maybe we should be talking more about the players who will be coming in. I expect that Cyril Dessers will come in. For Kevin Akpoguma, I did not really see much from him. I thought he was just relatively okay. But look, the central defenders, I don't know. These guys, look, even if we say they haven't played together in a long while, but you've always played together in Leon Balogun and William Troost-Ekong. But I expected that there would be more cohesion between them, but it didn't seem to be there. We had some jittery moments. There were several times that we played what in our local parlance we call recoil. You hit the ball, and instead of going towards your opponent's part of the field, it is recoiling to your goalkeeper or to your 18-yard box. And I saw that a couple of times yesterday, and I was wondering, come on, the touch of a player should be impeccable. If you miss, if it happens once or twice in a game, it's okay. But when it's happening 4 or 5 times, you start wondering, when I know Consabi to pass ball again, those kind of stuff. So I expect that the attack would change. I expect Cyril Dessers to come in. I think we've traditionally been strong on the wings, and we've got some very good wingers. Of course, for many years we've always had that. Bosse Simon, I did not really see what he did when he came on. Samuel Kalu is one player that I usually like. I think he's skillful, he's strong, he's got an eye for goal and all that. But yesterday he made a couple of runs, but the final ball from him, either to cross or to hit the shot. When he hit the shots, they were wayward. When he crossed, they were not going to a position where Paul Onuachu could use his long frame to try and head the ball into the net. Samuel Chukwueze, we know how good he is, but I do not really see how many times he was able to take the ball and really run at the Algeria. So I think we will see an improved performance. I don't think that some of those guys that started yesterday, all those being given their debuts, especially in the midfield, I don't think that we will be seeing much of those guys going forward. So well, I do not want to be too critical because it was a friendly and we're having this friendly for the first time in a long while. We've seen these boys play against Brazil and they did well. We've seen them play against some other teams and they have also done really, really well. We're missing a couple of top players. The Algerians, I think they fielded their strongest possible side. We didn't, except maybe with the goalkeeper. Ryan Somboli wasn't in goal yesterday. So maybe with the absence of, with the exception of that one, I thought they fielded their strongest team. We did not. So if we are able to field our strongest team, I think it will be much better than what we saw yesterday.
Nigerians, don't be too worried. I guess going by what the commentator said yesterday, which I think is true. You look at when the goalkeeper you just spoke of, when he's making his debut, I think he's 33 now, and when Maduka Okoye is making his full debut, started yesterday in his early 20s. Most of the lads that played yesterday, they are still very, very young. And most of the Algerians that played yesterday are 27, 28, and most of them were making their debut for the national team. And the commentator said something that this is nice for Nigeria. They can, that was just before they even started the game, that they can perform badly today and kind of learn tomorrow and become a formidable team because they are younger and the hunger is there. That if you look at the Three Lions, they started like this, parading younger lads, and today they are doing very well. He set those examples. I feel, but I feel we will get there.
Yeah, but the disturbing thing now for Nigeria is that the last 3 matches against Algeria we've lost, which is not nice at all. Well, technically, we've lost 2 on the pitch, 1, but that, if you check the history now, it is that Nigeria lost that game 3-0, and then when we met at the African Cup of Nations, they beat us 2-1, and yesterday again they beat us. I don't like that start. I don't like Nigeria losing consecutively to a particular opponent. You know, so that's one thing I think we should do well to try and correct the next time we play them.
Okay, that's what went down in Nigeria's game. Since we are talking friendly, we're not looking at the competitive games just yet. We are aware of all the friendlies that went down yesterday. As far as the world of football is concerned, before we will take a look at the qualifiers properly, that's the World Cup qualifiers, and as well as the Europe Nations League that is currently going on. For Nigeria, we saw that game yesterday, and Brahim is very, very confident that the team will come good. But at some point, I just got angry, not because Nigeria lost, but because of the way they played. Let's just look at some selected results, especially the ones concerning Africa. Japan, with their fantastic jersey yesterday, played against Cameroon, and that game ended in a goalless draw. Kenya and Zambia played, and the Kenyans won 2-1. Tunisia defeated Sudan. Tunisia will meet them on Tuesday. Sudan 3-0. Burkina Faso played against DR Congo, and Burkina Faso won 3-0. Gambia defeated Congo 1-0. These games, they are not competitive, they are friendlies. Then Ghana and Mali played. This one surprised me a whole lot. Mali hammered Ghana 3-0. Yes, they all played. Don't think. Then Mauritania rather, and Sierra Leone played, and Mauritania won that game 2-1. Morocco and Senegal played. This one another shocking result again. Senegal, they are the best team in Africa, and they lost to Morocco 3-1. Of course, you already know about Nigeria. So it was all about African friendlies yesterday. So these were the result that came in from yesterday as far as the friendlies are concerned. Now let's move up a little bit and talk about World Cup qualifier. This one is shown yesterday because it happened early hours of yesterday. Let's just take it. Argentina defeated Ecuador 1-0. Messi got the goal. It was a penalty. Then stay in that continent. Brazil played early hours of this morning and they won their game 5-0 emphatically against Bolivia earlier today, that early hours of this morning. They played that game. Of course, that's the game that went down for Brazil. So congratulations to them. Roberto Firmino got a brace in that game. He was fantastic for them in that particular game, and the rest, the Marquinhos, the Paris Saint-Germain defender, started off for them. It was not looking good for them, but started off for them and they won 5-0. Then Colombia, defeated Venezuela 3-0. So those were the games played yesterday as far as the World Cup qualifiers is concerned in the South America. Okay, we're still talking about football. Now let's go to club football before we take a look at the fixtures for today as far as the Nigerian National League is concerned. He is now NBA titled man as far as British football is concerned. This man came from the lockdown, one of the brightest, when others were gallivanting, talking about Callum Hudson-Odoi and others who unfortunately contracted the coronavirus and even came back better, stronger. They are playing right now. When some were breaking the lockdown rule, like Kai Walker, twice he did broke the lockdown rule. This particular young man decided to rally around himself, friends, and everybody to raise £20 million to feed those children, those people that can't feed themselves, that are even homeless, that can never go to school. He just started the movement, and I thought probably he did that because of the lockdown. He's going to stop it. Throughout the project restart, when they qualify for the Champions League, until now, it's a campaign. This man forced the government to bring back a program. I'm not talking about a state government, the federal government, to bring back a program, that was going to stop the feeding of school children. He ensured that the government of England listened to him, and he brought back that program. And he is still doing a whole lot, raising many huge sums of money in millions of pounds, to feed these poor children. And everybody now, just recently there was a child, they asked him to look at a method of anybody you choose as a method and try to talk about that person, like what we do in schools these days and those days. Just talk about somebody that you like. For instance, in your primary 4, basic 1, basic 2, basic 3, basic 4, just the way we are Montessori or in primary school directly, and you talk about this person, you write about this person, and you present it in class. So someone in school in Greater Manchester chose this man, Marcus Rashford, that's his name. He chose him, wrote something about it. So because of what this young man wrote, the sweet words, the teacher had to take excerpt from what this young man wrote and tweeted at Marcus Rashford that to be a huge honor, the teacher, not the mother of the young boy, the teacher of the young boy, to be a huge honor if he can just retweet. Marcus Rashford went ahead to retweet and sent a direct message to the young man that he would love to meet him. And from there, the rest is history, Brian.
Yeah, he did great stuff. Apart from raising money personally through different means, he still went on to campaign for the government to allow about 1.3 million children to claim free school meal vouchers in England during the summer holidays. I mean, it's something that even happened here in Nigeria, the school feeding, the one that we call the school feeding program. But of course, you expect that the one over there is much more than what you see here, or the way it was run over there. And this meal vouchers that we're talking about, the families were even using it to feed, so it's not like it's just with the kids. So Marcus Rashford argued, because they were supposed, the government wanted to stop it because school was not in session, but he said that they should extend it even during the summer holiday, and he fought for it, and he got it, to the point that even the Prime Minister spoke directly to Marcus Rashford, and people were even now calling him the number 10 that was actually running the country. You know, the residence of the British Prime Minister is
10 Downing Street.
Yeah, so for what he did, and it is because of his own the circumstances of his birth, his own personal experiences, because he said this was the kind of things that he suffered, his own family too suffered, and they benefited from this school feeding program, or free school meal voucher. So he knows how important it is to these families. To those that are well to do, it might be nothing, but to a family that is poor, this might be the difference between life and death. So he was able to do it, and now he has been given a title, or is going to get the title. It's included in the Queen's birthday celebration. That's what they usually do every year when they give their national honors, just as we have our own MON and the rest of them. So what Marcus Rashford is getting is MBE, which means that he is now a member of the most excellent order of the British Empire, which is fantastic for someone who's 22 years old. And we have his reaction to that after he got the after it was announced that he was going to be among the recipients of this award.
Marcus Rashford, MBE. How does that sound?
A little bit strange, but obviously I feel honoured to have that title. You know, hopefully it inspires more people to do good things.
You've been awarded the MBE for services to vulnerable children during COVID. Now that you can speak publicly about the fact that you've got the MBE, how do you feel about what's happening now and what's next for you?
Yeah, I obviously think it's a nice moment for me personally, but you know, I feel like I'm still sort of at the beginning of the journey that I set out to try and achieve. So I think what I'd like to do now that I'm in this position is just speak directly to the Prime Minister, and you know, just really ask for the vouchers to be extended at least until October half term, because I think that's what the families need. You know, speaking to them and you know, knowing how much they've been helped and how much it's going to affect them if they don't have it. I think that's got to be my main focus now to get that message across.
Marcus Rashford there speaking after the award was announced that he will soon be receiving very, very soon. So congratulations to Marcus Rashford. Now let's not take it from there, bring it back to Nigeria. Sure, it's no longer a Nigerian thing now. It's not a global thing where you move. It's not just about the honors, it's not about, but you're moving because you're doing it for a cause that you yourself can enjoy from tomorrow, a cause that your brothers, your sisters, your children can enjoy from tomorrow. And that's what is going on right now. Yes, they lost the game yesterday, talking about the Super Eagles of Nigeria, but this is one thing that they all did after the game that I love so much. Leon Balogun, Ahmed Musa, and so many of them joined the hashtag EndSARS Now. We know the police brutality that is going on in this country, and we need voices such as what Marcus Rashford have also done right now. We've seen Chelsea FC Nigeria, Manchester United FC Nigeria, Arsenal FC Nigeria. You know, these are a group of people, you know, they all came together, you know, because they support a particular club. They are not tweeting at the main bodies. Chelsea Football Club, Manchester United, Arsenal, AS Roma. We already know, we announced that of AS Roma when they did theirs, I think 2 years ago on this station in Nigeria. They're not tweeting at the football club to join the campaign. And guess what? The players, that are not even from this country are now also joining the campaign. And this is what we're talking about. Marcus Rashford started something in his own living room, and look at where he's taking him to, and he's still going to do more. Now the Nigerian players are also joining in one voice, the NSAT now.
Yeah. Look, it was even on CNN today. I was on Twitter yesterday, and somebody tweeted, what was that guy's name now? Is it the of Lagos or something? So he tweeted that CNN asked for permission to use a video, and so he was asking people to keep sending videos, and that it is gaining global attention. And I saw the video on CNN this morning when they reported that how the police were using tear gas to disperse people, and even the Super Eagles have got involved. But I think most importantly for us as Nigerians is that the president of the country, because it doesn't matter what people say outside, it's good though that it's gaining attention, but it is not the United States of America that will come and fix our country for us. So if the government is not listening, then there is nothing that you can do. But the president of the country has got involved. He's got reports from the vice president. He's got reports from the inspector general of police. So he is well aware of what is happening, and we hope that there will be this time decisive action taken, because this is not the first time. It's been ages. They've been doing it for a very long time, that they will tell us, okay, no problem, we are going to reform, and yet nothing happens. I understand the argument from certain quarters, especially the government side, that if you say end SARS and we end it, what is SARS? SARS is the Special Anti-Robbery Squad. So if you end it and just completely you remove it from the security architecture of the country, so what happens? Which special body? Are you saying we don't need a special body that will be tackling an armed robbery and all that? So what they are trying to propose is that they shouldn't be doing certain things, as in it is unacceptable where you have the people that are supposed to protect the citizens now being the oppressors, now being the ones that the citizens are saying you are killing, this person that you kill is innocent. And there have been so many. In fact, even footballers, even sportsmen and women have been victims of police brutality, and many of them have died. It's not even today. This Dele Udo. Dele Udo was killed by a policeman in Surulere in 1981. Dele Udo represented Nigeria in the Olympic Games in 1980. Yes, but by 1981 he was killed by he just got into an argument with a policeman in Ojo Elegba, and the next thing he was dead. That wasn't the first and the last time that it happened. This year we talked about one Kazim Tiamiu, who was a player of which club was he playing for? The same thing happened. We mentioned it here on the show, but thank God they investigated that matter, and we hear now that the police officer who was involved in his death has been recommended for dismissal by the Nigerian police. Kazim Tiamiu was playing for Remo Stars. The time that it
happened at the beginning of the year during the coronavirus.
It was this year. They called the guy Kaka.
True.
And he was knocked down and killed by a car, but it was in the custody of the police, and his friends were saying what the police were explaining wasn't really what happened. And this guy was a footballer and went to train, and the next thing that happened was that he was dead. And again, we had this guy, this player that happened about 4 years ago, Joseph Izu. He was a player of 3SC then. But he was killed in the South. I think it was in River State that he was killed in a community that is called Okaki. This one was, he had a problem with the Joint Task Force. And according to eyewitnesses, they said he told them, because they came there searching for a suspect. So, and people started running. And they said they shot him in the leg. And he was trying to explain to them that I am not a criminal, I am a footballer. And yet, this guy was killed. You know, so it's not like it is a one-off. It's been going on. Several things have happened. Nigerians suffering in the hands of the people that are supposed to protect them, and that's why they are reacting this way and having this protest. So the footballers have also come in and they are lending their voice to this protest. The captain of the Super Eagles, Ahmed Musa, he tweeted, "In a world where genuine love for ourselves seems to be so scarce, I sincerely pray that the right thing is done to put an end to strife. Hashtag end North banditry. Hashtag end police brutality." Then Leon Balogun said, "The Nigerian police should protect the people, not hurt them. Kidnapping, harassment, and extortion are things normally associated with evil, not the police or government. The Nigerian police are not your friends. We need change." John Ogu, he didn't play yesterday. He tweeted, "Enough is enough." Shehu Abdullahi also isn't in the squad right now. He said, "The voice of the people must be heard. As Nigerian government must hashtag end SARS and protect the lives of our youth from police brutality." And of course, Azizat Oshola also tweeted, and she said, "Look, just end SARS. This is becoming too much." But maybe I might want to say, look, we have to be careful what you do, so that it doesn't just lead to a total breakdown of law and order. You know, we know that it's not every policeman that is bad. Yeah, there are quite a few of them that are bad, but there are still many that are good. So maybe we should be looking at thoroughly reforming the Nigerian police force, so that these ones that are causing the trouble. Look, for instance, if you ask, anyway, I'm sure if you even go through your family history, many of your cousins or your brothers, your sisters are members of the Nigerian police force. So we cannot, yeah, your friend, if your friend.
My very
so
close
we cannot
friend
just say the police are bad. We don't need policemen. No, it's.
But again, I want to ask this question, Ibrahim. I understand where you're coming from. You cannot totally just ask these people to stay at home. I understand the government angle, because like you rightly said, they are supposed to be going for the hoodlums in the society, you know, that are armed robbers, and no, not the way they've, you know, galvanized it to be, you know, beating people anyhow because of dressing and all that.
Because of you have look, when I was growing up, if not that,
tell me,
I never had dreads. Okay, I never had dreads. But I wanted to. But you know, hold on now. But
you're putting a picture in my head.
But Gullit. That was my generation. So I looked at Ruth Gullit and I wanted to do what Ruth Gullit was doing with the dreads. What Samuel Okwarate had on his head, the dreads.
Okay.
But as I've said several times, I grew up in the barracks, and nobody went to try that nonsense. Even if your father doesn't do it, as you are walking with that dread in your head,
God have mercy on you.
Somebody will just, my friend, come here.
In the barracks?
They will use bottle.
I thought you were going to say that you did it.
No,
I told that again as you entered the barracks.
I wanted to, because I loved it. I wanted to do it. So the best you could do then was to, they were now selling it, as in you could buy it like a wig, it's like a wig and wear it and then play. And some that not even, it wasn't even with the barrack boys. It was actually the soldiers, who they had it. They bought the wig, and during the football match, that's when they will wear. Because if you even try that, you can't even wear that, and you go to work. They will deal with you. So they will wear it, and we will be hailing them or will it Samuel Okwarate on the pitch, and the moment after the game they take it off. So, but these days, yesterday we saw. I think Samuel Kalu had the dread on the way he did his head. Tyrone Ebohi
Yeah, the same thing. Yeah.
So you cannot say because of somebody is wearing dreadlocks that makes him automatically a criminal. For God's sake,
they go to the bank. I've seen them take.
You can't say because someone has tattoos on his body. I don't have tattoos. My religious beliefs will not even allow me to have tattoos. But I know so many people who practice the same belief, the same religion as me. They have tattoos. It's their business. And I know even Christianity does not allow tattoos. But I've seen people with tattoos. With some will even tattoo Jesus on their body, and I've seen cross on people's body. Lionel Messi is one of the most tattooed human beings in the world, and this is the world's greatest footballer at the moment. So will you, if Lionel Messi were in Nigeria, will you stop him and you arrest him just because he has tattoos on his body? But that's what you get these days. For something as common as having tattoos on your body, they are stopping you and harassing you. Something as common as.
But again, the other night, Brian, most that the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, decided to for now SARS should leave the road.
Yeah,
they reformed it from SARS to FSARS. That's
that was today. They didn't do that one today. Now,
I'm talking about some in their administration, not this second term, but in their first term. It was 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So we're expecting that as at that time they did that reform, that it will yield these things we're talking about, that they do the actual job, not harassing men and women on the streets. But again, you're talking about it cannot be strapped. Like I said, I understand that angle that you're coming from, the government is coming from. But again, we've seen them be reformed, and yet we are back again on the streets.
That's the thing. Look, this delay
protesting against same thing
that I mentioned happened in 1981. 1981 to now is how many years?
That's 39.
For God's sake. It's crazy that after so many years we are back to talking about the police killing innocent people. Major Fashek sang police brutality instead of killing the armed robbers. Then they kill our sufferers. That was 1988, 1989. How many years ago? And today we are still talking about the same thing. So it has gone beyond what you will just say. Okay, it's not that much of a deal. It's a big deal because it is a problem. People are dying everywhere. We're talking about Black Lives Matter in the United States of America. Well, Nigeria, the lives of Nigerian youth also matter. So we should really, and I commend the Super Eagles players for coming up to speak about this. And as I said, the most important thing is that our own government is now aware of what is going on. The country is burning because of what is going on. And look, I want to now appeal. I want to appeal to my brothers and sisters out there. It's your right, and people should understand this. I think the government too should understand that. Look, to protest is people's rights.
True.
But we are as we are protesting, please do your best to don't vandalize anything, don't harass anybody, because sometimes when you are carrying out your peaceful protest, some hoodlums will come in and they cause trouble, and that will now lead to further clash between the police, because the police, their job is to maintain law and order in the society. They cannot see you doing certain things and they would allow it to go. But again, to the police to want to still appeal. So sometimes, if once you can see that these people are peaceful in their protests,
shoot someone,
even applaud them or say Mona carry on. So, we've seen people protesting and they will go to the police and they even take pictures with them. They say, yeah, you are my brother, or I don't have anything about, please Mona make Mona tell Mona.
What they are protesting against can happen to any of their brothers.
Yes, yes.
While at work, someone else just vandalize and do something.
Look, unfortunately, thank God for our job, but there have been times I've been in situations where you will see somebody being harassed and you speak up, because I mean, come on, you cannot. There was one time in I was in Abuja then. I think it was at a bank. I can't recall exactly what happened, but this policeman was just harassing this young woman. And people there, whether they were afraid, they did not want to. I'm like, okay, this is too much now. This has become harassment. What did she do and all that? And I can't remember exactly what was happening, but I knew that the girl was right in what she was saying then. This guy was this police officer was armed though. He was holding his gun and still shouting at the girl and almost physically attacking her. And I said, no sir, you cannot be doing that. And the next thing he said, so now you be her lawyer, Abi. I'm like,
exactly.
I'm not a lawyer, but you are not right the way you are reacting to her. You know, and he even shoved me. The man, the policeman shoved me. I just thought it was then that others now got involved, and I just told him, I said, okay, you just say you could just do. See, I will call IG now. I told him I will call IG, and he of course he laughed like you, because then I didn't even go with my car. I was just I trekked to the place because it wasn't very far from where. No, I think I took a bike there. So he just looked, and what was that? I think it was just my tracksuit and one sleeveless shirt that I wore. So he just looked at me and like, you who you be, you won't call it, get out of here before I just laughed. And you know, at that point, just a couple of weeks earlier, this, you know who was the head of police then? MD Abubakar.
Okay.
Yes, MD Abubakar.
Neat gentleman.
Yes, and you know MD Abubakar was very much involved in sports.
Yes,
and a couple of months before
you interviewed him.
No, I didn't think that he came to my show on AIT. He was live with me in the studio, and we spoke. And even when he was leaving, he was so impressed with the conversation that we had, because I was reminding him of some of the things he did, even from the National Stadium in Surulere, Lagos. Then he was part of the NFF security committee. You know, so. As he was leaving, he gave, then of course he wasn't IG, but he was, I think he was
here in this zone, zone here, Southside,
As he was leaving, he gave me his number and said, look, if you have any problem, call me, you know, and he gave me some, and a couple of months later, he was made the IG. So now it was at that point I was telling that guy who was harassing me, I said, look, I will just call IG, you know. I didn't even intend to call the IG, of course, but because the harassment was too much. I now said I'll call IG, and was like, who you be, call IG. I thought about calling the IG, but I just said, look, if I call this IG now, this guy will lose his job.
Exactly.
Because that is the thing. I'll just say, see, this is what we are talking about. To say somebody giving the police.
That's what you need to say. Yeah.
This is a young girl she was not. This girl, even looking at the physical difference between the police officer and the young lady, I mean, there is no way the girl would pose any sort of threat to the man. But the way he was harassing her, I'm like, why? You are even armed. And when I tried to get involved, I said the guy shoved me. It shoved me. And if I had attempted to stand my ground further, he could have cocked his gun and
exactly, that's what they do.
He will say, he's protecting the bank. Maybe I came to rob and so unfortunately this is what has happened several times. It has happened several times, which is really not nice. So we want to appeal to all these people who wear the uniform. We respect it. My dad, I grew up in the barracks, so I will always, if I am going anywhere and I see a policeman on the road and I see that he's going towards my direction, I will stop my car and give him a lift, just because of his bravery to even, because it's not easy to wear the police uniform and you are, while others are sleeping, you're on the road
very difficult.
Protecting the lives of the people or the soldiers who are, now that there is insurgency everywhere, do they come to pick you and I? We are here, we can sleep as much as we want, but there are people who are there fighting to defend the country. So we must respect those people who are in uniform. But unfortunately, there are some of them who, I don't know why, the reason why they even join this security outfit. It seems some of them is just to oppress the people. Some genuinely want to, they do it out of patriotism. They want to serve their country. They want to defend the territorial integrity of their country. But unfortunately, there are some bad ones amongst them whom, from the way they even react, from the way they do things, you just see that, no, this is not nice. You come to an ATM, for instance, and you can see that there is a long line. If it is my turn and I see any uniform person, I will gladly allow the person to come and use it before me. But not that because you are wearing a uniform, you just come to an ATM and you want to slap anybody who doesn't clear the road for you. That's not what you should be using your uniform for. Or you are in a convoy and because you are it's a police convoy, everybody should clear the road. Of course, once they see a convoy coming, they want to clear the road, but the speed at which they are coming, sometimes you are confused. You don't even know where you just see suddenly somebody is using a whip on your car, and in that panic you can even cause an accident. And it has happened several times. Our friends in the newspapers have called. I've read articles, convoys of deaths because of the way they act. Sometimes we say do not go against some traffic, and there is no emergency, nothing. But you see them sometimes driving against the traffic. So it is all of these things that is making Nigerians frustrated, and they are coming out to protest, and that's why our sportsmen and women are also joining the protest. So please, they should just understand that we are all in this together. It's one. Everybody cannot be a policeman. Everybody cannot be a journalist. Everybody cannot be a lawyer. Everybody cannot be an engineer. So people have gone to different jobs in the society. So we will all work together, all contribute our quota to make the country great. But a situation where those that are supposed to be protecting you, you are now not safe with them. Come on, I mean. The bad guys will come at night. You are scared. The people that are supposed to protect you during the day too.
You're scared of them. Wow.
That makes sense now.
All right, we'll go for our second break on the show this wonderful Saturday evening. We'll come back. We'll talk more on what we have for you. Fast Sport is concerned. Please stay with us.
When you wake up in the morning before you start your day, breakfast time is Kellogg's time. For work and for play, for a great start to your day, breakfast time is Kellogg's time.
Give your family a tasty, nourishing breakfast of Kellogg's cereal, powered with the goodness of grains and 11 essential vitamins and minerals. Now also available for just 15 naira.
Breakfast time is Kellogg's time.
This oil is good, oh. Devon King's oil. This oil is fine. Devon King's oil. And it's fun.
Devon King's cooking oil. Now ogbonge oil, we fresh well, and the price now carry go. It gets tamper proof and it dey for different sizes. So as it dey sweet your belly, it dey sweet your pocket. Oh yeah, jolly inside better. Go buy Devon King's oil for shop when near you.
Devon King's oil.
We start your day from the break of dawn till midnight.
Like that wasn't clingy enough.
We went online and now you can listen to us via our website anywhere in the world.
Okay, stalker alert.
We told you to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, like our page on Facebook, and even add us up on WhatsApp.
Okay, this is definitely creepy.
Really? Well, guess what? We are now in your devices. KU 92.7 Radio is now officially an app for your smartphones, gadgets, and many devices. Simply go to Google Play Store and search for KU 92.7 Radio and download the app in less than 3 minutes. KU FM. Turn on excitement.
And we are back, and thank you so much for staying with us on the show this lovely Saturday evening. Now, as the talking sport, let's move away from football, and please, we have to look at this anti-robbery unit and really reform them properly and explain to them their job, not harassment, and ensure that we do this in togetherness, because we're all Nigerian. Okay, let's go to tennis, to Roland Garros. We've got a new winner, and she has done something that have not been done in a very long time. The last time we saw a teenager such as Iga Swiatek winning at this particular age was back in 1992, and that was Monica Seles.
Yeah, and you know, we've spoken about Seles a couple of times. It's just now in case of what might have been if not for that unfortunate knife attack by a fan of Steffi Graf. Yeah, so for Iga Swiatek, I mean, it was wonderful what she was able to do. I thought that playing this well and getting to the final, Sofia Kenin, who is a Grand Slam winner, was going to be too difficult for her, but she absolutely took her out. And remember that she also beat the girl who was number one, Simona Halep, and we thought she was going to win another Grand Slam. But Iga Swiatek winning, and this is really, really good. It's something that I've mentioned this several times. You enjoy this with the women. Look at, this is the first Grand Slam that Iga Swiatek is winning. Sophia Kenin could have won her second Grand Slam, but she was beaten by somebody who is who has just won her first Grand Slam. The men who's to play the final?
Djokovic and Rafael.
I mean, it gets
boring.
As I said, absolutely. If you are good, you are good. So continue dominating. But come on. I prefer the women. You have so many new guys coming in, and this now we are looking at so many stars. Who are you going to say now is the biggest star in tennis? You've got some who have not even won a Grand Slam yet, but they are knocking on the door. Cory Kokogov is one of them, and now out of nowhere, Sophia Kenin won the Australian Open, and we're like, wow. Okay, something great seems to be happening here. And now you have an Iga Swiatek from Poland shocking everybody. And she did not drop a single set. She didn't drop a single set all through the tournament. The last time that happened was in 2007 with Justin Henin. That was the last time it happened, 2007, and a teenager. So all the time that Serena Williams has been dominating, she at least in the before after 2007, she didn't win any Grand Slam without dropping a set the entire tournament. So beating Sophia Kenin in straight, I think 6-4, 6-1 is just absolutely amazing. And when next Swiatek plays, we've got to really watch her and see what she can do. I doff my hat for her. Absolutely brilliant.
So I'm looking forward to herself because of this form I've seen her playing against Naomi Osaka. Naomi Osaka is
Naomi Osaka pulled out, but didn't play this competition because she's fatigued and all of that. So now we have a new champion. It's great. It's
certain times, You have her. You have even Sophia Kenin. I think she's a good tennis player. I guess she was talking about injuries after the game today and all that. Kind of, prevented her giving her best on the court today. But anyway, she gave everything to Swiatek. That she was fantastic. Then we have Naomi Osaka. Have Kokogov. We spoke about her yesterday. She's really. I've not won a Grand Slam. I'm not going to define her, but we know she's way younger, 16 going to 17, and of course she's doing some great stuff. I believe
there's Ashley Barty, Bianca Andreescu. So almost every tournament you have a new winner. It's just been like that. You had.
I was surprised that if probably next year the likes of Dominic Thiem do get to the finals or the semi-finals of Grand Slams, they end up losing to this grade. We know that whatever happens tomorrow,
I will not be surprised.
Someone will be adding a Grand Slam to the Grand Slams that he has won.
It's either going to be 18 or 20. Yeah, Nadal could equal the record of Roger Federer, which I think it's likely to happen, or Novak Djokovic.
You just close the gap.
But the young man yesterday, Stefanos Tsitsipas, which I think this is what they've got to do. They have got to develop that thing that these guys have, which is called the silent eye. You have got to assume, you feel that you're unstoppable. You've got to mentally prepare yourself and say, look, today I'm unbeatable, nobody can beat me. That is what makes these guys champions.
They say that when they come on court, they see them and say, oh my God, look at that.
Maybe because they had idolized them for so many years and now you're playing against them. But you know what gave Roger Federer, what really brought Roger Federer out was when Roger Federer used to idolize Pete Sampras. But Roger Federer beat Pete Sampras at Wimbledon. Pete Sampras was the king of Wimbledon, the king of grass. It seems like he was unbeatable on grass, but the moment Roger Federer beat him, people just knew that this young man is going to become a star. How many Grand Slams did Pete Sampras win? The record then was 14. At one point he was on 12, which was the same record with a couple of other guys. But he now went to 13 and was standing alone, and then won his 14th Grand Slam. But Roger Federer came, and how many days did it take Roger Federer? He equaled that record and went past Pete Sampras, and now you have tomorrow, you see that somebody will equal him, or somebody will get to within 2 Grand Slams of him. We know that somebody is already on one Grand Slam of Roger Federer. That is Rafael Nadal, and of course the claim we know it is Rafael Nadal's territory, but Novak Djokovic has beaten Nadal on clay, so he could still do it again. But he had a difficult game against Stefanos Tsitsipas. From 2 sets down, Tsitsipas came back and it was 2-2. And you see, if that guy had believed, if he had, but the fifth set, after battling so hard to come back to 2, the fifth set, he faded away and Djokovic won it 6-1. So I think it has to do with the mentality. Dominic Thiem, Stefanos Tsitsipas, Alexander Zverev, and some of these other new guys, they've got the skill set to battle this old guard. They've got it, but the mentality is just not there.
True.
Yes, they cannot mentally stay. Look, Novak Djokovic was playing against Roger Federer in Wimbledon last year, and Federer broke him. Federer was serving. I mean, I guess any other player, Federer would have probably just won that game to love. But even at that, even though he was playing against Novak Djokovic, he was 40-15 up. So he needed just one more point. Any of these other guys, but Novak Djokovic did not accept that he had been beaten, and he knew that if he puts the pressure on the Federer serve, and we know how good Federer is with his serves, all he had to do was to serve an ace and it would have been all over. But Djokovic battled and won it, and since he won, he's been unbeaten. If not for what happened at the US Open, because he won, after winning that Wimbledon, Nadal won the US Open. He won the Australian Open and
coronavirus.
Yes, before COVID came. So these new guys, this younger lads, I think they should really step up. I think it's mental. They've got to look at these guys and feel, look, we can stay with it now. At least now they have got the youth is with them. They are younger than these guys. The oldest of the new generation will be Dominic Thiem should be at 27. Stefanos Tsitsipas is 20 now, 21. Alexander Zverev is about 22, 23. You know, and the other guys, Grigor Dimitrov and all of these other guys, Denis Shapovalov. But they really do not have it to stay with.
Maybe when these old guys they leave the scene, whether that's Djokovic, Roger Federer, and Nadal, maybe we're having the kind of competition.
When Djokovic is playing, I think Djokovic will still be at the top. Yes, Djokovic is 33. It's not. I think it's Nadal that is going to 34. So these guys will still be there for at least 3 years for Nadal.
So they have to wait for these guys to probably retire.
Will stay till like 5 years before he thinks of retirement. And besides, if Roger Federer is playing at 39, why would Djokovic at 33 be retiring? Except maybe if there is an injury and he's out. So these young guys have got to force them out. They have got to. You've got to claim it, because these guys are not.
I remember when he won his 18th or 19th Grand Slam, he said he shouldn't be winning a Grand Slam at this age. That was his comment. Roger Federer said he's disappointed, but he's happy, but he's disappointed. He shouldn't be winning a Grand Slam at this age.
And the thing with Federer was that he spent too much time when he wanted to win, but he just was not able to. He spent too much time on the 17th Grand Slam. Yes, he spent many years. I think about 5 years. He did not win a single Grand Slam from.
Before he won.
Was it not 2012 that he won the last one?
Yeah, because it was in 2014.
Yeah, it was in 2017 that he now won.
Came back from injury, won himself and Rafael Nadal just won that year.
Yeah, they now won again.
So
from 17, the more he got the 18, the 19th followed almost immediately. The 20th came the next year. But from 17, he spent 5 years without winning. And during that period, Nadal, every year, even if he doesn't win anything, he will win the French Open. Novak Djokovic too was. There was one time Novak Djokovic held all 4 Grand Slams. Yes, at one point he won, not in a calendar year, but he won the last 2 of 1 year and the first 2 of the next year. Yeah, so at one point he was holding all 4 Grand Slams. In that period, Roger Federer did not win a single Grand Slam, and that's why now you have Novak Djokovic and Nadal almost catching him. Nadal will catch him tomorrow, or Novak Djokovic will be within 2. And who knows when he comes back. And if you look at the 3 of them, I think the most vulnerable is Roger Federer. Even when he plays against these other guys, they seem to be more comfortable playing against Roger Federer than playing against Novak Djokovic, especially, or Rafael Nadal. Rafael Nadal on other surfaces maybe, but on clay they have no chance against him, especially at Roland Garros. So I really honestly think that these guys will stay on for a very long time, except the younger ones push them out. For Serena Williams, who's aiming for her 24th Grand Slam, you can see how frustrating it is. And I will not be surprised if she tries it again next year and it doesn't work and she says, okay, that's it, I am done. I'm done, and she quits. But I see no reason why Roger Federer should quit, especially if the only guys who will be beating him will be Novak Djokovic or Rafael Nadal. Since these young ones are not able to beat them and tell them your time is over, you've got to move over, then they should keep winning.
We'll go for another break, and when we come back, we're moving over to United States of America, and this time we're talking basketball from the NBA Finals. Something fantastic is happening in there, and we're talking about all that happened to Miami Heat and the Lakers. After this quick break, we'll be right back.
This oil we good oh, Devon King's oil. This oil we find it, Devon King's oil, and it's fun.
Devon King's cooking oil. Now ogbonge oil wey fresh well and the price na carry go. E get tamper proof and e dey for different sizes. So as e dey sweet your belly, e dey sweet your pocket. Oya, jolly inside better. Go buy Devon King's oil for shop wey near you.
When you wake up in the morning before you start your day, breakfast time is Kellogg's time. For work and for play, for a great start to your day, breakfast time is Kellogg's time.
Give your family a tasty, nourishing breakfast of Kellogg's cereal, powered with the goodness of grains and 11 essential vitamins and minerals. Now also available for just 15 naira.
Breakfast time is Kellogg's time.
1,000.
We are definitely in for a thriller as far as the NBA final is concerned, between the Lakers, who seems to be the favorite to be crowned champions of the NBA 2019-2020 season, and the surprise finalists here, Miami Heat. Remember, it was 2-0, became 2-1, became 3-1, and everyone was expecting the Lakers to be coronated at the end of this morning, but not to be, because the Heat forced a game as 6 in this one. Now, I don't know, is it going to be something fantastic for the Heat when they make it 3-3, force a game 7, then win it, or will it be okay, fine, they are just delaying the inevitable here? On a night where you have LeBron James performing very, very well, scored about 40 points, that should be more than enough to win a game for anybody, anything. But it wasn't, because this other guy has been in fantastic form. We'll talk about Bam Adebayo and all that, but Jimmy has really stepped up, and he decided to raise the level of his game, his level of performances, not just about the scores, but what he did on the court, preventing others and doing some stuff right on the court yesterday to ensure that they forced a game 6 of Lakers.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler was awesome. I thought he was the guy that really made the Miami Heat to win. Bam Adebayo played, but maybe not fully recovered from the injuries, but he played, had a good game. Andre Iguodala also played, but the guy that really made the Lakers, the Miami Heat thick, was Jimmy Butler, and he got 35 points, 12 rebounds and 11 assists, triple-double for him. LeBron James was the guy with the most points, 40 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists, but it was not good enough. I thought that his supporting cast disappointed him yesterday, talking about LeBron James. I saw him do everything you could do to help your team win. At one point, it was like he was even passing to himself, because he attempted to make a basket. He missed it. He was able to get the rebound and still got the 2 points, and several times he would get the 2 points and also draw a foul, which he went on to score, and basically doing 3 points. And these 3 points shooting was also awesome. And you know, in the key moment of the game, because that fourth quarter was, at one point in the fourth quarter, Miami Heat were leading by 11 points. But somehow, LA Lakers were able to turn this around, being driven by LeBron James, and they even took a 3-point lead. So it was looking like it was theirs. Then with just seconds left, they had a 1-point deficit. And all they had to do was to make that shots, and then they would win. But LeBron James got the ball, and he gave it to Danny Green. But unfortunately for him, he attempted a 3-pointer and missed it, and that's where you just knew that they had lost it. But the good thing with LeBron James, after that moment, he said, look, it's one of those things that happen. It could have happened to anybody, so they will take it on the chin and move on. If Green had made that shot, then LA Lakers would have won, because it was they were trailing by 1 point, and they were like about 2-3 seconds left of the game. So the only thing that Miami Heat could have done, because if he had made that 3-pointer, it would have been 2 points. They would have been 2 points ahead of Miami Heat at that point. So the only thing that they could do would be immediately they take the ball and pass it. Then they could have attempted to throw it all the way, and we know it's not every time that you make such shot from one end of the court to the other to get a 3-pointer. That would have been the only way that Miami Heat would have been able to win. But instead, because Danny Green missed that shot, they now fouled. Miami Heat then fouled. LA Lakers fouled in an attempt to get the ball back. They fouled Miami Heat, and so it was now 2 free throws for Miami Heat, and that's why it ended 3 points in their favor. 111 for Miami Heat, 108 for LA Lakers. But I think Miami Heat will know they had to do everything. They had to leave everything on the court. They did the same thing in game 3 to stay in the game, and we saw that in game 4 Miami Heat won it with was it 6 or 8 points now that they won that encounter. So I have a feeling that it will be all over the next game that Miami Heat, LA Lakers are going to win that. But maybe a bit troubling for Miami Heat. Sorry, for LA Lakers. I thought that Anthony James, he wasn't really at his best yesterday. And towards the end of the game, it seemed like he was injured. So I don't know his the extent of that injury. The match is on Sunday, so I don't know whether he will be 100% fit. They need him to be, and otherwise they have to look for a way to neutralize Jimmy Butler. I think Miami Heat have given up hope of how they could stop LeBron James, but the match that they won, the first match that they won, they were able to stop him to an extent. I think he didn't score up to 20 points in that particular encounter. So Miami, LA Lakers have also got to find a way to stifle Jimmy Butler, because he was really awesome yesterday, and all through the playoff he has been doing great stuff. So at least one more game to play. Let's see what we'll be able to do. When you are in this kind of position, you take a 3-1 lead, you can afford to lose 2 more games. But of course, if Miami hits, even this one that they've won, it has put pressure on LA Lakers. Because they know that if Miami Heat win this, then all the momentum will be on them. But at what extent? It's like the game that we saw yesterday between Novak Djokovic and Stefanos Tsitsipas. 2 sets to love. Tsitsipas gave his all to win the next 2 sets, but we saw what happened in the 5th set. He just faded. So having exerted themselves so much, Jimmy Butler was knackered completely at the final, at the buzzer. You could see him that he was just exhausted, and he left everything on the court. I don't know how well he would be able to recover. I thought LeBron James, even though he I didn't even think that LeBron James was tired. The way he was
ready to go.
moving, yes. But for Jimmy Butler, he was just. But I don't know. Maybe he will be able to recover fully before that next game on Sunday. It will be great to see. I want LA Lakers to win. I want LeBron James to create history. But Miami Heat, they really made this playoff very, very interesting. And if they go on to win that game 6, so that we'll have a game 7, I mean, I would off my hats for them.
All right, let's return back to football and just give you fixtures and matches currently going on as the UEFA Nations League is concerned. In League A, Group 4, by 7:45 p.m. Spain will be playing against Switzerland. Ukraine at home against Germany in that same group. Then in League C, Group 1, you have Luxembourg. They earlier played against Cyprus and they won 2-0 earlier at the same group. League C, Group 1. Montenegro defeated visiting Azerbaijan 2-0. Currently in League D, Group 1, Faroe Islands are playing against Latvia, and that game is still goalless. And Honduras will later today by 7:45 p.m. play against Liechtenstein. In League D, Group 2, currently playing against Gibraltar and is goalless. Just 4 minutes, 3 minutes respectively into this game. So I just give to you. So those are the games we are waiting in the UEFA Nations League today. Of course, there are other games tomorrow. We'll take a look at that when we return on Monday morning. All right, very soon.
And in football, this one from Ghana, we hear that the lifetime ban that was slammed on Kwesi Nyantakyi, former president of the Ghana Football Association, has been reduced to 15 years after an appeal to the Court of Arbitration for Sport. So we know that he's a former FIFA Council member and also former vice president of the Confederation of African Football. He was banned for life in October 2018 for breaking bribery and corruption rules. He was filmed taking $65,000 from an undercover reporter. So the Court of Arbitration for Sports, they told BBC Sport Africa that Kwesi Nyantakyi is banned from taking part in any kind of football activity at national and international level for a period of 15 years commencing on 29th October 2018. So this means that he served 2 years already. That leaves 13 years. So the initial fine of 500,000 Swiss francs has also been reduced to $100,000 following a CAS ruling in April, which has only recently come to light. He expressed the desire to clear his name days after the FIFA Ethics Committee passed that judgment on him.
All right, before we leave football and go to combat sport, let's quickly say this. Today we make it 5 years. Veteran left us as far as our profession is concerned, Felix Okubo. I remember today, the 10th of October, called Wole Opatala when I got the news that to ask him how true it was. On my way to Ekpoman to officiate the wedding, not the church officiating, to MC actually a wedding, to do a lot of things for close friend of my Dr. Frank, and I got this message. It was really special. I had to do a whole lot to step myself up. A legend for us as far as our profession is concerned, as someone we all looked up to, coming from a dope state, and the way he went to conquer in the world of sports.
Right? He was my boss in AIT, somebody that I had a very close working relationship with. And when people that you used to watch on TV, you used to admire, suddenly you become colleagues and they respect you. They tell you are doing so well, and all of that. It makes you fulfilled. And even after I came here, I've spoken to him, even interviewed him live on the show a couple of times before his unfortunate demise. It's really, I was really looking forward to him, being the guiding light while I'm here in Benin City, because I know he started it here, but unfortunately it didn't work out. It's 5 years already.
Yeah, Felix Okubo.
Wow. Well, you know, I would speak to Joseph Isopaya about this, but we usually have this novelty match.
Maybe because of the COVID-19, football not officially back. Maybe journalists are trying to
play the match to celebrate governor's re-election.
Yeah, but we journalists, we are trying to, be on the green line. Yeah, that's that. Let's quickly talk about boxing. This one is just coming out, and the camp of Deontay Wilder debunking this news. I've seen this news before, but it's getting ground now. There were some reports from different quarters that the third bout between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder was going to be abandoned or cancelled. That it won't go on. Then probably pave way for the unification match between Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. Pending when Joshua gets to fight Kubrat Pulev and win, then it will be the next fight we'll be witnessing. But the camp now of Deontay Wilder, his team, they've strongly denied a media report that a third WBC heavyweight title fight against Tyson Fury had been abandoned. According to them, this bout will go on as scheduled this year. That will be in December, and then after they can start talking about a possible unification between Tyson Fury. That's should Tyson win the third bout, and then if Joshua gets to win his fight as well, which I believe he's definitely going to win against Kubrat Pulev, then but one thing, Eddie Hearn, thank God, I've not seen his recent test, but remember last time I spoke about him, he's self-isolating, he contracted, but from the video I've seen of him, he's doing very well, and hopefully we'll be back again on the side of the ring rather, and in Mushroom to try to organize some fantastic boxing bout for us. But one thing for sure, he's confident rather that 2021 will see 2 contracts signed that possibly will unify the bets. Maybe you sign the first contract, whoever gets to win, then the loser will challenge again and see. Maybe after that we'll see a third one. But Brian is always been on this side. We are not going to see this fight. Maybe it's when these guys are about to retire, like the Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather Jr.
Yeah, but I hope that we can have that fight next year. I think boxing really deserves it. But there are so many things that could go wrong. Yeah, so many things that could scuttle the plans. Like we saw with Anthony Joshua losing to Andy Ruiz, and then Deontay Wilder losing to Tyson Fury. So you never know. Before we were talking about Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. That was the fight everybody wanted to see. Deontay Wilder was even saying stuff like Anthony Joshua is afraid, he doesn't want to fight him and all of that. Today he's not a champion. Anthony Joshua is a 2-time champion, so he's got to fight Tyson Fury again and see if he can regain his title. So with what is happening, different challengers and everything, it makes it really, really difficult. And when you have this many boxing associations, each trying to protect its own, saying this is my mandatory challenger, all of that. I like what they are planning to do now with Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, but let's hope that Anthony Joshua first goes through Kubrat Pulev, then Tyson Fury is able to win his own rematch with Deontay Wilder. If it doesn't, if that doesn't happen, then we might have another tricky negotiations taking place. Because if Deontay Wilder retains the WBC belt, I don't think he will be that keen to take on Anthony Joshua. He might want to fight other people and see what will come out of it. So because of these many boxing organizations that we are having, it makes it a bit difficult to get one unified champion. But look, even if somebody, let's say Anthony Joshua, somehow unifies the belt, but I don't think he's going to hold all for a very long time, because there will be demand for fighting, defending so many belts that he might be forced to relinquish one or two. But maybe, at least maybe, I hope that we will be able to see somebody holding all 4 belts simultaneously for Because I don't think that normally you can't, a champion will not even fight more than twice in a year.
Yeah, true.
The most that they will do will be 2 fights in a year. And imagine you hold 4 belts and you are defending them just twice in a year. So it means that before you get a title shot, it will take a very long time, because if you fight against somebody, there's likely to be a rematch clause that is inserted in the contract, just in case the champion loses. So if that happens, I think with time we might find ourselves back in this situation where a different person will be the WBC champion and one other person will be the WBA, WBO and IBF champion. They've even done well that for many years, at least Vladimir Klitschko held those belts for a very long time, and if not that he and his brother vowed that they were never going to fight themselves, maybe somebody would have had all 4 of those belts, you know. So I think the WBO, the WBA and the IBF, it seems they kind of are working together. But it's only when Joshua was champion now we've had a situation where both of them are demanding. Thank God that they've been able to resolve that of Usyk. So Usyk now is going to fight who is the fighting now? Is it Derek Chisora? Then we'll see what happens with the other belts which Pulev is competing for. And then after that, maybe we'll say unification.
All right, go for another break. When we come back from this break, we'll be opening the phone lines for you, but we'll still stick around with Combat Sport to take a look at SmackDown. Then we'll be opening the phone lines for you. Don't forget that you stand a chance of winning a recharge card if you call in and answer some of our questions here. Courtesy Dobova right at Airport Road number 48. You can't miss it. Of course, he said he will be doing this now every Saturday to try to give back to the fans. I hope when United gets to play and they lose like he did, you still send him. But anyway, he's a friend of the house. He's definitely going to do that. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Trying to get or receive information through all corners of the globe requires unprecedented internet service. At Wireless NG, we provide fast, reliable, and affordable unlimited broadband internet service to homes and businesses. Service is currently available across Lagos and Benin. Visit us today at Wireless NG, 5 Ramaya, Ikenede Street off PZ Sapler Road, Benin City, or our marketing office, 70 Olowo Complex, Airport Road, Benin City, or call 0807-887-9960 or 0703-672-9147. Wireless NG, erasing internet boundaries.
For yourself, oh, this no be the one you go take only ear here, oh. You must take your eyes see so that you self go enjoy what the other people they enjoy. Uyi Technica, the generator headquarter where they make everybody enjoy generators of all sizes and models for affordable price. Whether not the small one for barber shop or I been a big Perkins generator for factory and big building. Uyi Technica, the place for generators, spare parts, grinding machine, pepper mill, and others. Mention the name and size of generator where you want. Bakam Uyi Technica get them for the kind of money where they your pocket. Bakam Uyi Technica get them. Come take your eyes see for the generator headquarters. Uyi Technica, 7981 and 83 Mission Road, Benin City, and all other Uyi Technical branches. Uyi Technica, affordable products for everybody jollification.
When you wake up in the morning before you start your day, breakfast time is Kellogg's time. For work and for play, for a great start to your day, breakfast time is Kellogg's time.
Give your family a tasty, nourishing breakfast of Kellogg's cereal, powered with the goodness of grains and 11 essential vitamins and minerals. Now also available for just 50 naira.
Breakfast time is Kellogg's time.
Okay, we are back. Let's take a look at what happened last night as far as SmackDown is concerned before we will be opening the phone lines for our listeners, our fans to join up.
Well, so much happened. We have new champions now, and the what's it called? The draft picks was done yesterday on a SmackDown. So let's go through and see what happened. Big E and Sheamus got involved in a false count everywhere. Well, first, Stephanie McMahon came out onto the stage to open the show. So she said she was looking forward to presiding over the draft, and she immediately revealed that Drew McIntyre has been drafted by Raw. SmackDown selected the tribal chief Roman Reigns, while Raw kept Asuka. And then Seth Rollins, he used to be the Monday Night Messiah, he became the first person to officially change brands by moving to SmackDown. Then the final pick of the first round saw Raw keep the entire hot business. That's MVP, Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, and Cedric Alexander. Big E then came out for his match with Sheamus, and they went battle back and forth. You know, false count everywhere means you can have your encounter wherever you are. And eventually, Big E picked up Sheamus and he powerbombed him onto the hood of a car, or what we say here, the bonnet of a car. And then he climbed up with him, and then he hit the Big E through a table, and that gave him the victory. So Big E defeated Sheamus. And after this, we had an address from the tribal chief, but we saw Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods going backwards to surprise Big E, having won his encounter. Then Jey Uso came to the ring and he called out Roman Reigns, and he demanded to know the special stipulation to their Hell in a Cell match. Then Paul Heyman appeared on the big screen and he told Uso that Roman Reigns will only reveal the information when he wanted to, and not a second earlier. Then a few minutes later, we saw Roman Reigns on the screen, and Roman Reigns appeared, and he said that all Jey Uso had to do was to acknowledge him as the tribal chief, and then he revealed that their Hell in a Cell encounter will be an I Quit match. An I Quit match is the loser. Well, the only way you can win is if your opponent says I quit, and it's usually brutal. We've seen opponents being handcuffed and repeatedly beat down with chairs or so many things. Okay, so this match is usually not pleasant to watch. Well, the big dog then reiterated that he loves his cousin, but he wants to help him, but that there will be consequences for Jey Uso not bending the knee. Then Stephanie McMahon arrived, and then she revealed that the New Day, that is Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, they will be facing Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura for the SmackDown tag team titles before she will reveal the next draft picks. And then AJ Styles moved to Raw, while Sasha Banks stayed on SmackDown. Naomi moved to Raw. SmackDown selected Bianca Belair, and Raw kept Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Then we had this encounter, The Miz and John Morrison. They took on Jeff Hardy and Matt Riddle. And we had this, and it was the team of Jeff Hardy and Matt Riddle that won. So as they were celebrating, out of nowhere, Lars Sullivan came and he made his return. Lars Sullivan, of course, if you've been following professional wrestling, you will know this very muscular guy that comes in, wreaks havoc, and he walks away. And he's had some issues with the WWE. There were some statements that he's made that were deemed homophobic, and then later it was revealed that even Lars Sullivan himself, earlier in his life, had taken part in movies that were gay. So they were calling him a hypocrite and everything. But now he's back in the WWE, and he attacked Matt Riddle and Jeff Hardy, and even John Morrison was also there, and he was also attacked by Lars Sullivan. Then Bailey took on Sasha Banks for the SmackDown Women's Championship. But as before they had this fight, Stephanie McMahon came back and she revealed that Ricochet will stay on Raw, Jey Uso will stay on SmackDown, Mandy Rose will stay on Raw. Then the Mysterios, Rey Mysterio and his son Dominic, they will move to SmackDown, while the Miz and John Morrison, they are going to Raw. Then we had this encounter between two former best friends, Sasha Banks and Bailey, and as they battled, as while the fight was going on, Bailey deliberately used a chair to hit Sasha Banks, and that meant that she was disqualified. And you know, in wrestling, if you accept the stipulation state otherwise, the only way you can win is by submission or pinfall. If it's a count out or a disqualification, the title does not change hands. So Bailey deliberately, you could say she deliberately did it, got herself disqualified so that she will retain the championship title. But afterwards, Sasha Banks got angry and attacked Bailey with the chair, and Bailey ran away. But later, Sasha Banks appeared, and then she said that she is going to battle Bailey in hell in a cell, and so that there will be nowhere to run to, no count out, no disqualification. They are going to have this battle in hell in a cell. So Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura, they took on the new day. That's Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, and it was Kingston and Xavier Woods who won, because Kofi Kingston hit Shinsuke Nakamura with Trouble in Paradise. Then Xavier Woods followed up with a flying elbow, and that gave them the victory. So later, Big E came to the ring to celebrate with them, and he had bandages all over his body because of the hellacious battle he had with Sheamus earlier. And while they were celebrating, Stephanie McMahon came out, and then she dropped the biggest bomb of the night. She announced that Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods have been drafted to Raw. Normally, you say the New Day so that they know it's the three of them. But you said Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods have been drafted to Raw. And they were asking her, so you did not mention Big E. And then she said Big E will remain on SmackDown. And wow, that just broke the heart of everybody, because for the first time, these three guys that have entertained us so much, they have been separated. So Big E would be on SmackDown, while Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston will be going to Raw. Then it was also announced that SmackDown will keep Otis, and Raw picked Angel Garza. So we had the main event of the night, Kevin Owens taking on Bray Wyatt. So the Fiend Bray Wyatt came to the ring, and then they battled themselves. But everything Kevin Owens did, the Fiend was able to withstand it, and he was just standing like it wasn't having any effect. Eventually, he pinned Kevin Owens down with the mandible claw, and that gave him the win. And then suddenly the lights everywhere went dark, the lights went out, and then the red lights came back on, and we saw Alexa Bliss standing in the ring with the Fiend, and they were staring into each other's eyes, and that's how SmackDown ended. So just to give you a rundown of the draft pick, Drew McIntyre stays on Raw, Roman Reigns stays on SmackDown, Asuka stays on Raw, Seth Rollins moves to SmackDown, so it's no longer the Monday Night Messiah. he might now be the SmackDown Messiah. The Hot Business, they are going to stay on Raw. AJ Styles moves to Raw, Sasha Banks stays on SmackDown, Naomi moved to Raw, Bianca Belair moved to SmackDown, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, they stay on Raw, Ricochet is on Raw, Jey Uso stays on SmackDown, Mandy Rose will stay on Raw, Dominic and Rey Mysterio, they move to SmackDown, The Miz and John Morrison move to Raw, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods move to Raw, Big E stays on SmackDown, Dana Brooke stays on Raw, Otis stays on SmackDown and Angel Garza stays on Raw. And then it was also announced that next week the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions, I don't understand. They just won the tag team titles and they were now moved to Raw. That they'll be having their farewell match on SmackDown last night. So a couple of people who were moved to different brands, they will be having their farewell matches next week on SmackDown. I guess Raw will also be doing theirs on Monday. So that's what happened on SmackDown last night.
Okay, there you have it. All that went down as far as WWE is concerned. Okay, and hopefully we'll come back on Tuesday. We should be able to give you the what happened the Monday Night Raw will come on Tuesday. Okay, time for you to be part of the show.
So before we go to the polls, Formula One, Valtteri Bottas is on pole. He beat Lewis Hamilton to the Eiffel Grand Prix pole.
So congratulations, and that actually stopped the run of 5 consecutive poles for Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton is looking forward to equal the Grand Prix won by Marco Schumacher. He's on 90. Marco Schumacher did 91.
Sometimes these things they become jinx. So I've seen it happen several times. You know, you are aiming for it, gunning for it, but it just doesn't happen for some time. But
this could be it.
Now, especially now that he's not on pole, maybe it will give him the extra spark. When Max Verstappen of Red Bull is third on the grid.
Now, for the first time in a very long time, they are up in there. Charles Leclerc of Ferrari came fourth, so he's starting fourth on pole on the grid rather tomorrow. So let's see what they can do. We have to officially open the lines. They are already blinking, but this is how we do it. The lines are officially open, and the numbers are 0706 263 9275 or 0903 939 4427 plus 0812 178 9154. Now remember, you can call, join the discussion we've had since 3:35 p.m. Yoruba up till now, and also stand a chance to win a recharge card. This is courtesy Dobova right at Airport Road number 48. Okay, let's go to the calls now. Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from quickly because of time.
My name is Ikea from the Prince. I'm calling from Upper Sakomba.
Okay.
I want to play the game.
All right. Which of the football clubs do you support?
Manchester United, sir.
Okay. That one go hard small for you. Do you remember that statue in front of Old Trafford?
Better.
That one they call the Holy Trinity.
Yes, sir, I remember.
So name the players that those statues are for.
George said.
Okay.
And then Bobby Charlton.
Sir Bobby Charlton, okay, and
then that's the name. So I'm forgetting the last name.
Okay, all right, my brother. Sorry, I have to talk to someone else. Okay. You tried, but I want you to get it. Hello.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening.
Yes, my name is Vina, calling from Ogida Barrack.
Okay, you want to contribute? You want to go straight to the game?
I want to play the game first before I contribute.
So tell me the club you're supporting.
Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Who is the current high goal scorer?
As far as come and give me the question.
Who is the current high goal scorer as far as Arsenal Football Club is concerned? Hello?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, I'm listening to you.
All right. Okay, please give us your number. Congratulations.
070.
All right, 070.
582.
582.
00.
00.
272.
272. All right. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
You get
Yeah,
an
thank
alert after the show. Thank you so much. Hello. Hello. You've actually picked the call.
Yeah, hello, good evening.
Yes. Good evening.
This is Jeff calling from Italy.
This is who?
Jeff, we're calling from Italy.
All right, Jeff from Benin. Talk to us.
So first time caller.
You're a first-time caller.
Yeah, I'm a first time caller.
All right. Welcome to the family.
Thank you very much.
All right. You want to play the game?
I want to play the game.
You want to play the game? What fan are you?
Yeah. I'm a Liverpoolian.
Yeah, what?
A Liverpool fan. Liverpool fan. A Copite.
Okay. Now, in 1962, Manchester United signed Dennis Law from Torino. He was once with Manchester City. He left up, spent just one season, and the other season he went to Torino in Italy, and they signed Dennis Law together with Sabo Bichatin and, of course, George Best, rather, formed the Holy Trinity for Manchester United. That was in 1962. He finally left Manchester United 13 years later, and he had a record of number of goals scored in the FA Cup. As at that time, nobody could really stop these guys. I think as at that George Bell was seen as a white Pele. Then in the 80s/90, early 90s, Liverpool signed a legend that finally broke the number of goals scored in one campaign season. Tell me that player's name. I'm not asking for the number of goals. I'm asking for. Is that? Yeah, actually Liverpool. I tried confusing you, going to Manchester United angle and all that. Congratulations. Please give us your number. 070 35 83 69 54. All right. Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you very much. Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Hello. Hello. Good evening.
Hello. Good evening.
Yeah. Tell us the name, where you're calling us from.
Henry from Benin, Sapler Road.
Henry from Benin.
Yeah.
All right. Henry, you want to play the game? You want to contribute?
Let me play the game.
Ah, okay. What fan are you?
Man City.
Eh?
Man City.
Man City. All right. If you listening to I know you've been listening to us, right?
Yeah, I just came in not long ago. My battery was low, so I just had to recharge.
Okay. But for how long have you been a City fan?
Just 2 years. Last season and this season last season.
Just 2 years. But you know the history of Manchester City?
Little bit.
All right. Just tell us the year they signed Dennis Law.
They signed the business.
The year they signed Dennis Law.
I don't know the.
I don't want easy now. I just said it now. Now.
Yeah, they signed. What is his name?
Dennis Law. All right. I have to let you go now, my brother. Thanks for calling us. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Please tell us your name, where you're calling us from.
I'm Jeff from Sapler Road.
Jeff from Sapler Road?
Yeah.
But Jeff just called us a while ago.
Hello.
And what fan are you anyway? Let's carry on. Hello? Sorry, I didn't get that.
Chelsea.
Oh, you are a Chelsea fan.
Yeah.
This one go hard, dude. Tell me the last time Chelsea won a double.
Hello?
Tell me the last time Chelsea won a double.
A trophy?
Yeah, a double. Now, when you say double, not trophy now. Not trophy now. Not a Chelsea won a double. That is, they won 2 trophies that year.
Okay. So that in 2015.
20 what? 2016.
15, that is 15. That is the second Mourinho, the third. That's it, 15.
Which did they win?
I think Premiership and Carling Cup, Calabria.
That's not, there is 2 trophies, but it's not what is traditionally known as the double. Double is the FA Cup and the Premier League.
Okay.
Sorry, I want to give this seriously. My man, I want to give it to you, but yeah. Let me give you all right, okay. Thank you. Hello? Hello?
Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, greet you now.
We greet you too.
This is Bob Williams.
Okay, Bob Williams, how you doing?
Yeah, we thank God. How we all doing?
We are fine.
I greet you.
I greet you too. Good evening.
I want to play.
Okay.
Super Eagles, not the support.
Oh, Super Eagles, now you the support.
Ask you old question of Super Eagles.
May I ask you old questions?
Yes.
Alright. I want to leave that for Ibrahim so that you want to ask old questions. Now you watching that.
Yes,
go very, very old for you, even older for you.
Yes.
So that I'll see whether you feel and Sarah.
Alright.
Ibrahim, so yours. Super Eagles. Let's give one hard one. Hard one. Conk one.
Oh, we want people to win now, so let's ask questions that people can win. Who scored Nigeria's goals in the semi-final of the 2024 Africa Cup of Nations? Semi-final, you're not too far, you go know. Semi-final 1994.
1994 semi-final. I know the final match.
Ask you.
Sorry.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It was Benny Roja and Rashidi.
Hello, sir.
Hello, Barcelona.
Yes, Barcelona. Good evening, sir.
You want to contribute now? You know one play now. At least you don't win.
I won't play.
You don't win plenty money now for this.
I won't play at the draft match.
May I ask you?
Barcelona question, I think.
Barcelona question? No, I'm not going to ask you Barcelona question.
Let's go now.
You watched the game last night?
Which Nigeria match?
Yes.
No. I'm not there.
You're not there around?
No, I was busy.
But you listened to the show last night? That's yesterday evening, rather. Our show yesterday evening.
Yes, I listened to when I went out.
Okay. You listened to us when we give her the lineup, right?
Yes.
You also be listening to us today, right? That was the
Yeah.
Who played left back for us?
You forget when I said it I don't forget me, but you say the guy that stopped my reserve. No.
And we are in front of this station.
Definitely, I don't forget me now. I said it.
See, at least one of them, they bear similar name to one of us here. The man I talk about.
Oh God,
Barcelona. Have a good one. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, my brother.
Sanusi.
This is who?
Aliyo, good evening. Where is Agbeka?
He is not around today. Please tell us where you're joining us from.
The castle.
Okay. You want to play the game or you want to contribute to the show?
Let me contribute first before I play the game.
All right.
I don't know if, because I've not been hearing from this man. Sedosi Moreno. I don't know if he's around or not.
So we don't know too. I'm sure he's been trying to reach us too.
Okay. What about the other guy? That guy with beard. Which is a Liverpool fan. So I've not heard from him also.
Osewa.
Yeah.
Osewa is fine.
Okay. And I want to really, because as a certain things I saw yesterday night, which is very appalling. Why would Nigeria be playing in that manner? Somebody that, took over Nigeria Super Eagles for over 4 years. And there was no compatible, nobody could complete a pass. And you were making, you made mention of this, Iwobi, because I didn't see what his contribution in that midfield. And they're supposed to have removed even the first half. So, I don't know, if the way people can reach out to this, our coach, because he has to check tactics and check formation. So, that is it. And I want to play the game also.
Alright, what fan are you?
Don't give me a Chelsea fan.
You're a Chelsea fan.
Just a Chelsea fan, yes.
In your last game before the international break,
I didn't even watch it.
But you got the story, right?
Let's say, yeah.
How many goals did you guys use in the winning?
In the last game?
Just the number of goals you scored.
In that last game, the number of goals. This is it the Carabao Cup or the
Premier League?
Oh. Chelsea won 4-1.
Sorry, bro. Chelsea actually won that day without conceding a goal.
Okay, 4-0, sorry.
I can't give it to you. You said 4-1. I already give you the answer. Sorry, bro. Let's talk to someone else. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Please tell us your name, where you're calling us from.
Rapid Gunners.
Rapid Gunners.
Yes.
All right. Do you want to play the game or you want to contribute to the show, or both?
Both.
All right, so talk to us.
First of all, I want to talk about graduates. Like some people, they are complaining that they were really off.
Sorry, you have to speak up.
That they were actually awful, but obviously Nigeria actually played a good game yesterday. I know maybe because the lack of midfielders yesterday, so maybe they have to play Semi Ajayi as a midfield. So this type of things, like maybe by next time, maybe when the Joe Aribo especially is around, the midfield be better. Most time, the type of country we are, especially in Nigeria, we always bother the bad people. But Nigeria is not playing. Complain. If they actually watch what Nigeria played against Brazil, they should know that Nigeria is trying. It's been 2019 since we played last. They should be able to put their head down and say, okay, we tried. Then try to get back our hope from Tunisia games. So that's just all let me just try to contribute. And maybe go for the question too. Ask me any question from Arsenal though.
From Arsenal?
Yes.
Name the 3 players, or just name 2 players from your UEFA Europa League squad that they did not add to it, to the list. Just 2 players. We read it out extensively on Thursday. Yeah, on Thursday.
Okay, you don't make the list.
2 players that did not include in your squad. 2 players made not put for your squad at all.
Saliba.
Okay.
Ozil.
Saliba and what? I said 2. Okay, give me your number.
090.
090.
611.
611. 26.
225.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
225.
225. All right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. I'll go for a break now, and when we come back, we will continue with the phone lines, and of course, you can call in to join us to just contribute or ask questions as far as sport is concerned, or play the game because it's double far. We'll be right back.
People keep asking if I'm back.
Are we back?
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
Yes, we're back! We have been off for a while, and I know you missed
us, craved us, loved us. But we are back and better, and the most important part is we want you back. Kada Cinemas is back in your favorite cities. Come watch the latest blockbuster movies while you munch on snacks and drinks at very affordable prices. Don't freeze.
I never freeze.
And get this, you can watch movies for just 500 naira before 12 noon from Mondays to Thursdays at Kada Cinema.
Why would I betray you?
We all have our secrets. We just didn't get to yours yet.
Visit us today at Kada Entertainment Center, 111 Sapler Road, Benin City, Edo State, or Kada Cinemas at Pleasure Park, Aba Road, River State. Kada Cinemas, entertainment for everyone.
When you wake up in the morning before you start your day, breakfast time is Kellogg's time. For work and for play, for a great start to your day, breakfast time is Kellogg's time.
Give your family a tasty, nourishing breakfast of Kellogg's cereal, powered with the goodness of grains and 11 essential vitamins and minerals. Now also available for just 50 naira.
Breakfast time is Kellogg's time.
This oil is good, oh. Devon King's oil. This oil is fine. Devon King's oil. And it's fun.
Devon King's cooking oil. Now ogbonge oil wey fresh well and the price na carry go. E get tamper proof and e dey for different sizes. So as e dey sweet your belly, e dey sweet your pocket. Oya, jolly inside better. Go buy Devon King's oil for shop wey near you.
Devon King's oil.
Hey, my friend, longest time.
Keep your distance.
Are we quarreling?
Haven't you heard that coronavirus has entered Nigeria and people are contracting the virus every day?
But I use hand sanitizer to clean my hand. I can't contract it.
That's a good step, but it's not enough. No handshakes, no hugging. Practice physical distancing by simply increasing the space between you and other people to prevent the spread of coronavirus. Truth is, stay at home. I'm only out because I came to buy food items for emergency.
You have to take responsibility to prevent the spread of coronavirus. Avoid areas where there are lots of people. Ensure to keep a physical distance of at least 2 meters from other people. Wash your hands with soap and running water regularly, and do not touch your face, eyes and mouth if you have not washed your hands.
Take responsibility for you and the rest of us.
This message is from the Federal Ministry of Health, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control and its partners.
All right, thank you so much for staying with us on the show this evening. We are taking your calls, and shortly we'll be taking a look at your text messages as well. So keep them coming. We'll get to that session. Okay. We'll go back to the phone lines now. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening. This is Ken from Benin.
This who?
This is Ken from Benin.
Okay, can talk to us.
Mr. Ibrahim, good evening.
Good evening.
Mr. Lescone, good evening.
Good evening. Sorry, we didn't get that.
I think it's August on set today.
No. It's got personal engagement.
All right. Okay, I'm a national fan.
You're a national fan.
So, yes, I want to go for the game.
When was the last time Arsenal played in the final of the UEFA Europa League final?
UEFA what?
UEFA Europa League. When was the last time they played in the final?
That was 2017.
Is that your final answer?
2018, final answer.
2018?
Yes.
And you're sure that they played in the finals of the 2018 Europa League final?
Yes.
You're sure?
Yes.
Yes, you're so sure.
What?
You're so sure, very sure.
Not 100%, but I 20.
You're not 100% sure.
Not that sure, but
Alright, let's do the mathematics together.
Yeah.
2017, United won.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
2018, that was the year. Help me now.
The year was 2018.
Okay, let me help you. This year, Chelsea played against Arsenal in that final.
Okay.
And we are not saying that Eden Hazard left Chelsea after that final, and he's spending his second season at Real Madrid now. So, what year did they play against? He even scored in that. I think that game ended 4-1, if I'm not mistaken.
4-1, yes. 4-1.
Yeah.
Yes. 2018.
20 what?
2018.
2018. Bros, I don't think give you this one. I don't give you a spoon. This game ended last year now. And Hazard left last year. And Chelsea was not saying, I forgot. So it was 2019.
Hazard has only played
one season. I talk and finish. He's also into his second. Sorry, Shall I try?
Yeah, right.
Hello.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening to you too.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, we are with you. Chinedu. You want to play? And no, Chinedu, you supposed to the same money more they give out now. Chinedu, you're not a big man now. No, Chinedu, you know, I will not agree. I know you. You feel send. No, Chinedu, no. Now you the same to give out. All right. Which club? Which club is about my brother? Eh? All right, may I ask you Nigerian questions now? May I ask you Super Eagles questions? Calm down. Hello? May I ask you Super Eagles question now? Hello, Chinedu, I see them to us.
Ask me a Super Eagles question.
That's what I'm saying now. Okay, the game yesterday's game, last night's game. Who will be our point man? May start the game.
Hello.
Who will be our striker, our point man? The one may supposed to score for us yesterday. May start that game. Last night.
Last night match.
Sorry?
Paul Onacho.
Alright. I don't know why. Chinedu, give me your number. You get him. Sorry, this line is breaking. You have to say it again. 080. Chinedu, I lost you there. 249. 034. 08. Okay. Thank you, Chinedu. All right. Thank you. All right. Okay. We'll take one more call. Hello? All right. That's our cue. Let's take a look at the messages now.
All right. This one is Maroc 88. The score line was Nigeria 19 goals, Algeria 18 goals, North Nigeria 9 goals, Algeria 8 goals. Christ Ambassador in Benin. Christ Ambassador.
What are you trying to tell us?
I hope you are not a pastor, otherwise you'll just be misinforming your congregation. 19 guy, no, it was 9-8. If we have time, I might even give you the names of those who took the penalty. You know what it means if you say it was 19-8. It means the 11 players all played complete. Then they went to another round and almost everybody was scoring or missing, and that's where you have that 19-8. No, it's not. It was 9-8. Okay, so it's 9-8. Let's see. This one says so many messages just dropping. This one reads, "Hi guys, please, I want to play the game. Read out your call lines again." Oh, I've called them several times. How many more?
Just one.
How many? That's they've won. How many cards now?
Wait, let me see. Let me be sure.
All hail Maduka Okoye from Rapid the Gunners. Okay.
They won 5, so 1 left.
Dear Sports Lord, the problem with our police is the general love for money in Nigeria. Since the FD is unable to probe people of their source of wealth, what do you expect from Sir Frederick? No matter what now, and besides, like some of these things now, the Yahoo boys, so what they call them, that they usually harass. You know, there are, I think it's the EFCC that's even supposed to be doing that. So no matter what, it should not be leading to deaths of people. That's just the worry. But as we've explained, there are so many policemen out there who are genuinely doing their jobs, you know, and those ones should be encouraged. But the few bad ones that are giving them the bad name, those should find a way to weed them out. And I don't know, maybe the way, you know, the way we frame things, when you say end SARS, end as in you want them removed completely. If those guys know I mean, will you be able to sleep at night? You know, so maybe they should just be made to do what they are supposed to do. As in face, this is what you are supposed, these are the people that you are supposed to handle, not ordinary Nigerians on the streets, you know, and usually ending in death, which is not something that's acceptable. The Sport Lord, okay, repeated. Good PM Sports Mayors with Iga Swiatek, Bianca Andreescu, Naomi Osaka, Coco Gauff, Sophia Kenin, and others. I think Serena will have to battle for her 24th Green Lantern from Benin. She's been battling since so, and it's not coming.
Proving difficult
with all of these young stars coming through. Evening Sports Zeus. Congratulations to a role model, Dr. Rashford. I wish him a blazing football career. Destiny Oregbe from Saint Savior. I don't know. Okay, yeah. You know, I think was at university. I think we mentioned it here. I think university awarded him
PhD.
Yeah, I think we mentioned it here. Sometimes I have to delete the pictures of my light-skinned sister when traveling because SARS can convict someone for that. Really?
They do love stuff. Does they do
really stuff? Okay. You know. Nigeria Super Eagles is a media-hyped team. Nothing special. No tactics, no pattern of play, as usual. Mavis from Lucky Way. No, I wouldn't go that fast to say. It's just, they just had a bad game now. Good day, Sports Quelon. Mr. Ibrahim, those players that played against Algeria, are they the Nigerian players who will qualify us to the World Cup or Nations Cup? If yes, we should forget the competition. The coach should wake up from Wilfred Obasakwamba. We missed them some players yesterday, so when they come in, I'm sure we'll improve. NFF should sack Raw now if we must qualify for the World Cup. Christopher from Amofi. Guys, calm down. It's a friendly. Calm down. Good evening, guys. I want to wish Nigeria good luck, and also my left back, Tierney and Danny Welbeck from Ekpoba Hill. Good PM, sirs. Oga Francis Odeigalo of today could not have played for the Manchester United of old, that of Sir Alex Ferguson. the Man U of today is struggling. 7 seasons without EPL trophy. Their former noisy neighbors Man City are by far better. Oga Francis, I humbly advise that you pray for Man U to do better this season. Thanks for your good job from Odi. Good PM, SARS. Okay, repeated. Wishing the Super Eagles the best. Okay. This one came yesterday. Good evening, sportsmen. You insisted Man United should sell Pogba because of what he said. That guy spoke his mind. He is being honest. Man United problem is that coach famously. Well, he could have said it, but I would say it if he were a player of any club. I mean, if you are contracted to a club and you are saying that it's your dream to play for this particular club, come on, you should not be saying that when you are under contract. Good evening, sportsmen. Please, Oga Ibrahim, do you mean we will not watch the EPL in October? Please update on that. My name is Maxim from Etete. No. It doesn't concern you at all. You are not in England. They're talking about the the fans in England, and they're not even happy about it, saying that people are saying they're trying to rip the fans off because they've been showing them some matches free because of this COVID wahala, but now they are saying they have to pay over £14 to watch a match, and so people are even saying that this will now make many of them to seek for illegal streaming sites to be watching the Premier League games. So it doesn't affect you at all. Since you have your service provider, so long as you pay, and your service provider still has the right to show those matches, you will watch the matches live. It's only those in England that we're talking about. Being a United fan and watching the Super Eagles match is one of the hardest experience these days. Marvis from Milky Way. Hi, sports guys. Good job, keep it up, and thanks for your analysis. Please play me Ben Insurance and Man United and Temenahoro Samson. Okay, also our young Samuel is also requesting for see you again, Wiz Khalifa for Felix. Okay. Good PM, Sas. Okay, repeated message. Super Eagles have no playing pattern since the coach took over, Mr. Arsenal. Really, and no playing pattern. We've qualified for the World Cup. We qualified for the World Cup of Nations. Hi, sports guys. Good job. Keep it up. Okay. Repeated message too. Good PM, SAS. Oga. Don't know why this message came several times. I think in this summer transfer window, Arsenal are the winners from Rapid Gunners. Okay. People are saying Owobi didn't play well yesterday. How come? Yesterday was just unlucky for my darling Super Eagles from Rapid Gunners. I don't know how you watch your own match. Hi guys. Okay, repeated. Okay, the final ones still repeated, so I think we are done.
Okay. Let's go back to the phone and see.
Okay, one more. Okay. Ibrahim, good PM. Please, where is Maria Sharapova? She retired from tennis USA 94? Yes, Maria Sharapova retired. Was it last year? No? Yeah, she's retired. Those are the messages.
Let's take one more call, then pay some bills and just also play those requests you just made. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good evening, actually.
Yeah, evening. David from Tottenham.
Okay.
Brian, good evening.
Good evening. Welcome.
Yeah. We are all played again.
Okay. All right. Which of the club do you support?
Arsenal.
Arsenal fans, you guys are doing very well these days. What's the name of that new defender that you guys just signed?
Thomas Partey.
Most part defender.
I'm confused. See that I'm lost for words. Repeat again for the sake of emphasis. The name of that defender you just signed, that Brazilian defender.
The name of the defender?
Yes.
Hello.
We are with you.
Gabriel.
Gabriel what?
Gabriel, the first name was your state name now.
I'll give it to you. Please give me your number.
Thank you. 080.
080. 62. 26.
4537.
45087, right?
08062.
Okay.
26.
Okay.
4537. 4537. 4537.
Okay, 45 35 37.
45 37.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
All right, that's it. Thank you so much, Dobova. Looking at 48 Airport Road. Thank you for giving us this 3,000 naira recharge card. So we should give it at 500 naira, and we've done that. And to you fans out there that are still calling, we'll take more calls, but we'll pay this bills now. And to the 6 winners now, congratulations to you guys. And he promised that he'll be doing this every Saturday forthwith. And of course, I'll be dragging. Everybody can join if you want to give out a cash card just to ease the pandemic on people out there, to them to make some calls and all that. We will definitely welcome it, and we'll give out to our fans as far as Sport Fiesta is concerned. We'll be right back. Please stay with us.
I'm tired of the poor power situation. Every time I stock the fridge, I come back to spoiled food.
My dear, I am tired too.
I think it's about time we go solar.
Go solar?
With Vertical Solar, we can go solar for as low as 36,000 naira monthly.